And then we have the front side of the jelly. Okay. Now you're going to take your paint.
Oh, no.
And one of the things you can do, if you want, so we've got it where, and so we have these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over.
All right.
And we're going to take the leaf. And I want some jungly pattern over here. And then we've got some more. Now what I'm going to do is we're just going to put some colors on it. I have some color left over on the rear. And I'm kind of just...
And that's what I saw in the video. Something like this.
using up. And what I do a lot of times when I'm having a class
Yeah.
is I'll have them use a paper plate or a plastic plate to actually ink up. And so I'll have the one color per plate. So that way they can all share your burnishers.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
What if I paid you to do the class? Would you?
Oh yeah, I'd come and teach the class. When is it?
Whenever you're ready. I usually go there on a Thursday, but it doesn't have to be a Thursday. It can be.
I could do a Thursday. Let me check my calendar. Okay, so you see how... Now, the leaf itself didn't create a very interesting area, did it?
No.
So this is great because you can teach the kids about design at this point. So you can ask them, okay, so you don't like this. What do you want to do different? And now they're like, I don't know. Well, now we get it where we can let this dry. This is going to become part of the print. So we've got this wonderful texture, this wonderful background. And the reason why I'm letting this dry is so when you put your next color on, it stays the pure red and it doesn't become mud. Because if it's not dry and you go with the next color,
Yeah.
it's just going to become mud.
Right.
And which mud is great. And I have nothing against mud.
I do. It all depends.
But if you're trying to create something vivid and bright and vibrant, so now what I'm going to do is let this dry over. Okay, go ahead and freeze the video.
I know. I was going to mention to you. Do you know they have some pastels out there now that changes color?
No.
I have to get the name for you. I saved the video on YouTube, but I think
What do they change color from and to?
I'm trying to remember how do they change color?
Like, do they change from like is it like an interference where they're kind of like iridescent kind of colors, or?
I'm trying to remember because I've only seen the video just that one time, but I think it's. Let's see.
See how I had it where I stuck it to here?
Yeah.
And then I have them flip it over? Because this way they can actually burnish it on the paper side.
Yeah.
Now I have them do it this way, especially with the kids, because now they've seen the magic here
Yeah.
and there. So like,
I have to be honest with you, Terry. The main reason I'm recording this is, so obviously so I can go back over it. But
Right.
the other reason is sleep has hit me so hard. I tell you, I literally woke up like every hour on the hour, and sometimes
I hate
twice
when
in
that
the hour.
happens.
And really only got like 4 hours of sleep last night and 4 hours of sleep the night before. So
Now see how I did this on purpose over this? So now they can see how overlays happen.
and you say you can put pastels on top of this?
Yes, once it's dry.
I love this background.
I do too.
Yeah, I could do wonders with the pastels. This would be good for 4th of July.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that's a cool. Now, what's kind of cool about that is all it took was to make those lines was the scraping tool. And they can even go on it with a pencil
Right.
and draw. It's really hard to ruin the plate because again, it's just gelatin.
Yeah. They can draw on what? The paper or the...
They can draw on either.
Oh.
Now, there's watercolor crayons. Have you seen those? The crayon dash.
No. When you're talking about watercolor pencils,
No, watercolor crayons.
I'm not sure. I might have seen that.
Another kind of texture where you just use the rubber stamp on it. And then I'm going to quickly pull out this one. So these are those metal ones you use. I don't use them in the machines. I use them on here because now you have a cool pattern. And then flip it. And what I do is I leave the plastic on one side so the kids can see what they're doing, right? And then I have them flip their paper over. Well, this time I actually did it on the back. Okay, so now I'm going to peel it off. So see how some of the blue and the red came through. And because I did it on this hard cardboard, I wasn't able to really press it down as much. Whereas if I had have done it on paper, which I'll do on this side now, so I have that down there, put that on top. I've done that. I don't like that. Let's add some blue here. Now, you can do a thing called transfer image prints using this too. And you use magazines. Now you want to find like National Geographics, Vogue, any of those that have clay-based inks, because that's going to give you a better image. You can't use newspaper or anything like that. Now see how I'm not covering it real solidly there. I'm just kind of going in a model thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How would you know if it has clay-based inks?
Clay-based paper always has a shine to it. So like see how that doesn't really have as much of a shine?
Right.
This would not be a good one to use. This would be a good one to use. See how it's shiny?
Yeah.
And 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass. Ta-da. Now, what's nice about this is this can be just the image on its own. But after it's dried, they can go over it with pastels, with colored pencils, with magic markers, and use that as a background for then creating more of their images.
Yeah.
But see how it pulled up all the yellow that was down there still?
Yeah.
And by not going heavy in some areas, the colors kind of come through more.
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, I know the nature helps because for me it's like I don't have enough money to buy 30 of those, but you know, like doing the paper cuts
Right.
and then the nature prints, like
You can do nature prints real easy with them. There's recipes online to make your own jelly prints, and it's just out of Knott's gelatin.
okay,
And it's basically, you know, when people make Jello shots,
Yeah.
it's basically a super sturdy Jello shot. And you just have it where they make them in smaller. I usually did them in heart-shaped or little round containers, and you know, the silicone baking things, and then they let that sit there overnight because you don't put it in the fridge, you just let it dry. And then the next day they can pop them out, and that's why I use the silicone things because it's easier for little hands to pop them out.